all insolvency practitioners in the UK have to be licensed by a recognised professional body, an RPB. And in the UK, currently, there are four RPBs. The first is the ICAEW, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. Then you've got the ICAS, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Scotland. Then you've got the CAI, the Chartered Accountants in Ireland. And then you've got the IPA, the Insolvency Practitioners Association. In order to get their license, the individual must have passed their insolvency exams, have sufficient experience in insolvency, satisfy their chosen RPB that they are fit and proper to act as an IP, and hold professional indemnity insurance and have a bond. So in theory, anybody could study, take their exams and pass. However, they still wouldn't be able to get an appointment taking license because of that requirement to prove that you've got the experience. So you are going to still need a role in an insolvency firm to be able to prove to your RPB that you've got the necessary experience. In order to take appointments as an insolvency practitioner, you will need an appointment taking license. You can either have corporate, personal, or both. Back when I took my exams in 2008, personal had only just become a thing, a new thing, where you could split out the different types of licenses. And we've got statutory duties to adhere to, and that legislation is laid down by the Insolvency Act 1986 and the relevant rules, depending on whether you're in England and Wales or Scotland or Ireland. We have statements of insolvency practice, also known as SIPs, and they give us guidance as the best practice to follow, and that's expected of us. There are 17 SIPs, except there is no SIP 5, so slightly misleading, there's only really 16. SIPs set out the key principles and compliance standards with which we're expected to follow. Here's a quick example. We have to do 40 hours a year of continuing professional development, CPD, which means we have to prove that we've been keeping up to date with all the changes in the rules, legislation, case law, etc. We also have to adhere to professional and ethical standards, as you would expect. We're also subject to an external audit by our RPB. The ICAW at the moment are doing that once every 6 years, and there we face sanctions for compliance failures, and you could actually lose your license if they come and find that you've really not adhered to any of the law or the rules or the SIPs or the ethical standards or the compliance standards. In addition to that, every year we're expected to organise an internal audit. And so that doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody internal at the firm, although it could be, but then you'd be reviewing your colleagues' work. There may be less objectivity there where there is with a third party. So here at Parker Andrews, we currently use a third party. So every year they come in and randomly select some of our cases to review to ensure that we're keeping up with what we should be doing. You'll want to check that your choice of insolvency practitioner is licensed. Please do not use an unlicensed insolvency practitioner. There's a directory where you can do a search just to double check that they are, and I'll put a link to that in the description to this video.